Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guess what you guys, I know we just had one, but it's another foundation review, and I was gonna spread these out and do them over the course, but like nobody has time for that in their lives. We all wanna know right now, what's the tea with the new foundations? Also, I'd like to address my lack of nail. So I recently got dip powder, as you know if you don't watch my vlogs, and then literally within a week, they were all popping off, and we're pretty sure it's because my nails underneath are like really, I had the like acrylic solar nails on before, so I'm pretty sure it's just because my nail beds, like they're not clinging to the dip powder. My girl's done it a couple of different ways, and it's my nails, like I'm well aware. So I think I'm gonna let them breathe and just not have anything on them, so they're gonna look like tiny little stubby sausages for a hot minute, which is highly unfortunate for me who loves fake nails. Maybe I'll paint them. Who knows how long this is gonna last, but we're definitely gonna give it a shot because they're so sad looking, aren't they? Like, ugh, I don't know. If I can get them to grow out, then I can like try the re-dipping process and hopefully it'll be different. But anyways, you guys, this is the foundation we are talking about today. This is the Laura Geller Filter First Foundation. It is brand new to Ulta, and we're just gonna talk about it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna do our thing, chicken wang. It is, I need to stop. It is $38. You get 1 fluid ounce, and so far it has 5 5-star reviews on Ulta, which we all know, like, I'm not gonna read them, but like, that's encouraging. It looks like it was only released in 12 shades, but no one's going to talk about that because apparently we only beat up and yell at like certain companies for having bad shade ranges, but that's fine. I just talked about this in my It Cosmetics, the CC cream, the new oil one. If you haven't seen my review of this guy right here, I will link it right here. But I was talking about it in there, like we only talk about bad shade ranges when certain foundations launch. Only certain brands get clocked, and then other ones are just like, oh, it's okay, they can like skate by. Not cool. Like, I'm gonna clock everybody from now on because I don't think it's fair. Like, if we're gonna clock one, we're gonna clock all them bastards. You know what I mean? So, anyways, foundation positivity. Okay, so this says here that this is Laura Geller's breakthrough foundation that creates the perfect canvas for skin. Canvas. Apparently that's a really hard word. Filter First Luminous Foundation. A medium coverage foundation formulated with Illumismooth, which is the best word I've ever read, technology. A fabric-like technology that enhances and perfects skin without masking your overall complexion. But I want to mask my overall complexion. Okay. Each weightless fluid drop becomes one with your skin while maintaining a light color purity and translucence, okay, for the most natural looking finish. A special blend of curated micro pearls called Opal Light Shifters. Wow, they've got some fucking like X-Men shit in here. They create a halo effect that filters and controls light, blah, 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 blah. Who it's for. It's fit for women and men of all skin tones, offering multiple neutral shades to cover a wide spectrum. Okay, so we're just going to dive right into this. And a long time ago, did I just say this? I don't even remember. But a long time ago, I did try a lot of Laura Geller stuff. Like, I did a full face on my channel. It was probably like in the first like 3 months, and I did not like it. Like any of it. I don't think I liked anything. So I haven't had the best track record with Laura Geller, but we're hoping for better. So let's dive in. I grabbed this in the shade Ivory, which I believe is their lightest shade, right? Yes, Ivory. And it's defined as fairest pale with balance of pink and yellow undertones. So that's their fairest pale. Let's take a look and see what we get. I love this like frosted glass. You guys see that? I actually really like this component. Like, it feels really nice. Granted, it's $38, so it should feel pretty freaking nice. But who am I? So let's go ahead. We're going to grab some of this on the back of my hand. Oh, wow, this is real thin. Look at her travel. Look at her travel. Okay, so let's discuss. By the way, that's like 3 pumps. So the pumps are very small, which I kind of like when pumps on foundation. Like, it pumps out less foundation because you get to control and never waste, you know, as much. There's nothing worse than when you just like pump a foundation and you only wanted like poop, but you get like a lot and then there's no way to put it back in the bottle. So then you wasted it. Like, it hurts my heart a little bit. So let's go ahead. We're going to apply this with a beauty blender, and we're going to try a brush as well because I do have both. Now, before I do that, I was really premature with the pumpage of this foundation. I did prime and prep my skin in 2 different ways. On this half of the face, I did the Tatcha Silk Canvas just to try like the pore minimizing effect. But on the other side, I finally wisened up, my dumb ass, and I was like, hey Paige, it's a luminous foundation, you have oil. So on this side, I tried the Cover FX Custom Blotting Drops as a primer, just to see if we are going to have a little bit of an issue with oil. Maybe it'll be a little less over here. Who knows? So before this completely rolls off my hand, let's grab it on the Beauty Blender. That looks really kind of dark. Okay. But let's go ahead and apply. Where's my mirror? Like, Paige, we all know that you're blind. You cannot see. I'm trying to, like, use a mirror over here. I literally can't even tell if I'm hitting my face. Like, Paige, get your life together. Get a haircut and get a real job. Come on now. Okay. So anyways, let's go ahead and smooth this over the skin. Oh, wow. That looks really pretty. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I mean, other than the fact that this is their lightest shade and it's already, like, I don't know, 2 shades too dark for me, 3 shades, like, that's fine. That is so luminous. Whoa, you guys see the light bouncing off of that? Like, let me just bring you in a little bit. Wow, there is some luminosity. All right, let me grab a little bit more here because, again, we're not getting a ton. So I definitely want to, you know, let you guys know it's not like I have to keep taking it because I'm taking so much. Again, these pumps are very small. Ooh, girl, you get me, don't you? Yeah. God, this is kind of pretty. Don't get your hopes up, Paige. You have oily skin. I get asked all the time, like, Paige, why do you even test these foundations if you have oily skin? And honestly, you guys, I tested the, what was that one? The Flower Beauty. I tested that, and that is, like, supposed to be light illusion. It's supposed to, you know, give you luminous skin. And it actually wore pretty well on my oily ass. So, I mean, no complaints. Ooh, that is looking good on my nose. Yes, queen. Now, I am loving the way that that looks with a Beauty Blender. I feel like it's like melting into my skin, but I do want to try it with a brush as well just to see. I don't know that I'm going to like it as well, but this is the IT Cosmetics Chic Foundation brush. Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't tried a foundation with a brush in a hot minute because, like, I'm one of those people that if you know you like it a certain way, like, why would you try it another way? But you know what? It's okay. Some people prefer a brush, so we got to try it. You know what I think it is too? Like, I've done a lot of, like, you know, put a lot of thought into this because I have so many foundation brushes that I wish I could use. And I think the problem with foundation brushes and my skin is that I have such textured skin that it, like, okay, and I've given you guys this analogy before, like, if you've ever driven on an old, like, dirt bumpy road, dirt roads that have, like, they have bumps in them, right? And when you drag over top of them over and over again, like you drive over them, you create more and more bumps. Therefore, the bumps become more emphasized and you end up with what's called washboards on your road, which is where your dirt road that maybe had a couple bumps, now it has like actual washboards on it or like really big crevices. And that's from numerous vehicles like driving down it, and basically small bumps create the look and appearance and then eventually actual bigger bumps. And I think that that's the similar thing that I have ending up on my face when I use a brush, is that it isn't that the brush does a bad job, it isn't that the brush is bad, it's that my skin has so much texture to it, which, I mean, granted, it has considerably less texture now than when I started my channel, but it's still just enough texture that it really grabs the brush and it just creates more bumps, and it makes my foundation look really bumpy even if it's not a bad bumpy foundation. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but it's true. So lately, if I do use a brush for foundation, I've really been working on like stippling, but then again you end up with stipple marks. So actually that doesn't look bad at all. Like, I think it looks really nice with a brush. Wow, that's probably the first time that that's happened in a long time, where I really like the look of that with a brush. Wow. Ooh, that's not bad. I do have like a little bit of stipple markage. You probably won't be able to see it on camera, but it doesn't look too bad with a brush. I'm gonna go in, take one tiny little dollop and just smooth over that side of my face with my Beauty Blender. I do this every time, no matter what, because I like the smooth look that a Beauty Blender gives me. But so far, that was, like, seriously, that went on so nicely with a brush. Like, I'm impressed. And the coverage is definitely like a really nice, strong medium. It's not like, you know, a really crappy buildable medium. It went on really nicely. This is like 1.5. Like, I lightly went over some of the more colored, discolored, acne-ridden areas, but I think it looks really beautiful. Wow. So now you guys can just guess, like, what concealer am I going to go in with? Just guess. Did you guess the Born This Way concealer? because you were right. So good. Okay, and I use this in the shade Swan, and I'm obsessed with it in the shade Swan, in case you were wondering. I love this concealer so much. You guys, that blended in. Like, look at how, like, luminous my face. I'm sorry. Shh. We are looking at the luminosity that is my face. Ooh, girl, I am obsessed with this. Okay, so to set the face, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me in 05 Fair. I love this powder. You guys see me use it all the time, but this foundation has a lot of nice coverage over my entire face, and I don't want to overdo it with a thicker powder. This is something I also explained a little bit in that It Cosmetics video that I did. I don't want to overdo the powder, and anytime that I don't want to like take it there, I go in with this powder all over my face because it still does a beautiful job setting and blending with my foundation and sinking everything into my skin, but it's not as thick as my Airspun Extra Coverage, which is just a little bit thicker, or my MAC Studio Fix. This is also like a foundation powder, which is obviously quite a bit thicker. So I find that if I have a foundation on like this one that's already, like I said, full coverage and looking pretty good, if I go in with this all over the face, it's like the perfect amount of, I set my foundation, it's not tacky, but it's also not really, really caked up and thick with powder. So this is a really good in-between, just a beautiful, finely milled, like, oh, I love this. You know what else I'm really curious to see? I want to know if, as I'm doing this, if once I powder and do everything and set my face, will the luminosity of this foundation still like poke through and look really pretty? Oh God, I hope so. Okay guys, while my face is sitting and doing its thing, I'm gonna run along, do my hair, finish up my face, and I will stop back on. We're gonna look at how this looks when everything's done before I leave for the day. So hold on. I know you're excited. I'm excited too. We just got to calm down together. Kumbaya. Guys, I don't know what to do. I had really high hopes for this foundation. It looks like absolute dick bag on my face right now. Let's talk. So, you last saw me like literally 10 minutes ago, and things weren't looking bad at all. They looked great. I had set my concealer, I lightly set the rest of my face, like everything was going well. Then I tried to bronze, and I tried to bronze with my normal Park Ave Princess palette, this guy right here. Love this palette. Great palette. No problems. I always apply it with a very similar brush, if not this brush, which I've been using a lot lately. This is the Sigma Large Powder. I love it because it has this taper. I usually just get right in there. Well, I did like one poof, and I noticed, oh shit, oh no, literally all my foundation came off. So don't do that again. I thought, okay, I can work with this. So I went in with this angle brush, and I've seen Nikki tutorials do this. It's a technique I've wanted to try, so I thought, why not? She uses these, and she kind of pops, not pops, what's the word? She like stipples her bronzer on in like this kind of a motion, and I love the way that it looks. It always looks really airbrushed. So I tried that. You want to take a look at my hairline? I'm sorry, but what the hell is this, you guys? Literally all the bronzer is like patchy. Ew. It looks so frickin' disgusting. It looks like I smeared chocolate, like nasty chocolate on my face. And then, oh, we're not done. Let's continue on. I'm like moving you guys obnoxiously close right now because this area got so cakey. Like, look at how thick my skin looks. Oh, and then right here, I literally went like this and all of this foundation came off. This whole, like, can you see that? How there's nothing here? It just wiped right off. Oh my God. And like everything is so chunky and patchy, but it's like not tacky. Like it felt like that feeling, oh hello, like you know that feeling if you try to blend on top of tacky foundation with a brush? That's what it felt like, but I like kept double checking and my face was not tacky. So I get to this point and I'm like, it's not looking good. So I went ahead and I set it like that, again, setting it with some Fix Plus or any type of setting spray. A lot of times that'll just meld everything into my skin. It'll make it all look so good. But it did not. It, in fact, I think, like, I don't think you could have made it worse. This looks so bad and chunky and bad. Did I mention bad? Oh my God. Like, I don't understand. I have to read those 5-star reviews. I don't know how I'm going to wear this throughout the day. Like, this might not make it all day. I'm definitely curious to find out. I'm going to finish it up. I had to share this part with you guys because I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now. I'll check back. Oh, hello, update. It's been about 7 minutes. I had to go get a different camera battery because apparently that one just isn't going to work anymore. And there were two people that I love dearly, you know, my parents, and they both looked at me and went, "What is wrong with your face?" So that's the reaction that I'm getting right now. It looks so bad, which is really, really sad. I'm going to zoom you guys in because in the last 7 minutes, it's actually gotten worse. Didn't think it was possible. Just hold on a second. First of all my foundation settled into the Hulk right there. Do you see him? It just settled in for life. Every single crease and crevice, it's all the coverage and like the foundation itself is starting to come off of this whole area right here. On my nose, which I'm trying to get it to like come into focus right here, there's actually like no coverage in the middle of my nose, and on the side it just started to like come off. I literally took a bronzer brush and went like this, like whoop whoop, and I'm missing all the coverage on my nose. Like, this is insane to me. I've never in my life. And then through here, every single pore is emphasized. And oh, by the way, under my eyes, look at how nasty it looks under my eyes right there. And like, this concealer is such an amazing concealer. Oh my God, this looks so bad. Like, I just want to try something while we're on camera, like while we're being friends over here. I just want to see, like, I'm going to take, this is one of my favorite brushes. I use it all the time. This is the Heavenly Luxe #1 powder brush. I just want to take, okay, so it's not doing it over here as much. Just like over here. Yep, okay. So what I'm getting from this, you guys, and I'm barely touching my face. Like, I'm lightly running it over. I'm applying literally no pressure. What I'm seeing from this is that the problem this foundation is having on me is over my texture. Like, my texture really bad is messing with this foundation. Like, really, really bad. I think the problem is that I have to set my whole face because I'm so oily. And this is a foundation where you really are only going to want to set like your under eye. You guys saw how beautiful it was when I first applied it. And I think too, the reason that I'm like really a diehard knowing that this is the case, because on this side of the face, I went in with this Cover FX. This is very, very smoothing. Like, this goes into your pores and fills them in and almost like plumps my skin. So when I put a foundation over top of it, it looks so beautiful. And I think this is definitely a foundation where you're only going to want to set the areas you absolutely have to, because when it mixes with powder, it just gets really, really thick and cakey. And again, for those of you that are going to be like, oh, you applied too much powder, like, I applied the same amount, if not less powder than I normally do, and it works with other foundations, so no. Oh, you applied too much concealer. Nope, I applied literally the same, if not less than I normally do, because the foundation was so beautiful, it didn't need as much, so that's a big no, and other foundations work just fine with that much. I feel like overall the problem is that it's my skin. I don't think it's the foundation, because the foundation is beautiful. I think it's just my texture through here and up here that's causing a lot, which, to be fair, those are like my more textured areas. Not that that gives it a free pass. I just think that that's why it's not working for me. And like, even from far away, like in my mirror that's, you know, like the 18 inches away mirror, it looks really nice. Like, it has a beautiful airbrushed kind of feel to it. But the problem is that in real life, up close, it doesn't look good. And it's already like stripping away coverage, and just you touch it and everything comes right off, which is crazy for how good it looked at first. Because I feel like, for me, in my mind, this Laura Geller foundation does remind me a lot of that Flower Beauty foundation. And I think that there's just a couple key differences, but there's like a lot of similarities. They both have a beautiful, like, illuminated look to the skin, which I think is great. They both carry that like beaming luminosity to them, but this one was just so subtle and fantastic. So was the Flower Beauty one, but this one was just like such a sexy, illuminated, like healthy glow on the skin. It looked fantastic. The only difference being that the Flower Beauty one, when I put powder on top of it, it still worked and behaved the same. Like, it still, everything came through. It still set nicely into the pores. It didn't slough off. Like, it had really good grip and staying power. And it was a foundation that I feel like you can use whether you have dry or oily skin, and it's really good like for in between both of those, you know, combination, that kind of thing. Whereas this one is going to be beautiful on combination skin and like dry skin. I just don't know, because again, oily people, we have to set our face, and I don't see this working for you if you have to set your face. Because I'm looking so, and I've already, like, I went through with different powder, or different powders, with different sprays to try and like illuminate it. I went in with my, what is this one? The Too Faced 3-in-1. This is like the coconut one. This is the one that I use when my face needs a drink of water and not like a mattifying spray. This is what I use, and it works so good for that normally, but nothing is bringing this back from like an over matte, just hot mess. So for me, I'm going to take this off. This is a pass. I can tell by how it's wearing and the fact that like it's literally rubbing off my hands. Like if you were to see them up close, you'd see them covered in white stuff. I literally just can't stop touching it. Like, I can't believe that the beautiful foundation I put on my skin looks like this. It's so sad. But anyways, you guys, those are my thoughts on this foundation. I'm sorry this video is kind of weird, but I hope that I've given you enough information. I do not recommend this foundation if you have to set your entire face. I think the bottom line here is that it just doesn't work for me, but that's okay. Not every foundation is going to work for me. I definitely do recommend this for like combination, as long as it's light amount of oil, but for combination dry and normal skin, I definitely think you should give this a try because it looks gorgeous. That is, of course, assuming you can find your color in the whopping 12 shades that they offer. But I don't know, I actually got this one to blend in really nicely too. I was kind of shocked. Like, everything worked, like everything aligned, and then life happened and I looked so cakey. My mom said that I looked like a mime, how mimes paint their face white, and how it gets like that really thick acrylic paint, you know, like the that paint that you use to like paint on a canvas. She said that's what my face looked like. And I was like, oh, great, thank you. Guys, that is it. That completes this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. And again, I do not want to detract people if you have the combination normal or dry skin. I don't want to detract you. Don't look at my skin and be like, oh God, no. If you have oily skin and you have to set your whole face, this is what is waiting for you, so don't do it. But if you guys have that other one, I definitely think you should at least swatch it and see what you think of how it looks on your hand, because that was what got me. Like, when I first applied this to my hand, oh my gosh, like, look, and then I promise I'm done, but like, look at how, I'm just literally just wiping this all over the back of my hand. It has such a beautiful glow radiance to this. Oh, like I'm actually sad that this doesn't work. I don't need another foundation, but like this foundation needed me. But it could not have me because my skin doth not appreciate it. Okay, you guys, that's it again. Like I said, definitely check out the description box. All my social medias are down there, mainly on Instagram and Twitter, but I will find you guys anywhere that you want to be found. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. I tried Laura Geller, kind of, and it didn't work for me, but it might work for you, but I loved it. Me, me, me. It didn't work for me, me, me. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. God, I'm sad. But anyways, all of that aside, now it's time to Whoa. I actually tried a brand new, like, or not a brand new. Hello, Hackster. But anyways, you guys, time to talk about this foundation. This is the Laura Geller Filter First.